Hey guys, what's going on? It's Wrestling King 619 here, back at you with another video. Today, we're talking about last night. What happened at AEW Dynamite. Dynamite, yeah. Jimmy Walker from for the show. Good Days? No, Good Times, that's the one. Yeah, Good Days, yeah. A combination of Happy Days and Good Times. But anyway, AEW Dynamite is last night was also happened to be Winter is Coming, which 3 years ago Sting debuted on Winter is Coming. But Samoa Joe is in the ring and he said MJF got laid out. And maybe jeopardizing, which made me jeopardizing maybe my title opportunity. And when I got to where MJF was, with there was a shattered beer bottle, and he knows someone who drinks the same brand, and he smelled a familiar scent, and it was you, Hangman. I thought he was going to say James Storm, because they're familiar with each other, because they've wrestled on Impact. When has Samoa Joe actually wrestled with Hangman? I don't know. Then Hangman Adam Page came out and said, "If you're accusing me of something, say it to my face." And he said, "If you think I have anything to do with this, with the devil stuff, I don't, and I don't care." He said, Samoa Joe said, "Maybe I've already made up my mind as an executioner." He said, "Why don't you do something about it then?" But later on tonight, last night, Hangman has a match against Roderick Strong, and Strong interrupted. He said, "Joe, you have to listen to Hangman. He might be onto something. Have you noticed the things that have been happening? Jay White asked for a match, and he gets attacked. The Acclaimed tag with MJF, and they get attacked. And last week, we didn't see who attacked Max. So you gotta think to yourself, last week, he must have took himself out. And he's the devil." Adam Page gave one swift punch to Strong and rolled out of the ring, because he still has unfinished business with Joe, because he accused him of being the devil. I also have another thing of who might be the devil. It might be Pac. It might be James Storm. I don't think it's Ronda Rousey or Mercedes Moné. It either might be Pac, James Storm, or I heard another rumor that it might be Bo Dallas. Because remember, he likes to hide under a mask. Remember? It's been official that Bo Dallas was Uncle Howdy, who was under a mask. It could also be Bo Dallas who's under the devil mask. Who knows? We don't know. Joe left the ring, and with the distraction, Strong took advantage, and their match started right then and there, and obviously the Kingdom are at ringside. While Mike Bennett was distracting the referee Aubrey Edwards, Matt Taven was beating up Hangman. Strong gave Hangman a backbreaker on the top turnbuckle. Hangman did the Death Valley driver and pinned Strong, but he kicked out. Hangman gave Strong like a pop-up sit-down powerbomb, but again he kicked out. Strong gave him a Tiger Bomb and pinned him, but Hangman kicked out. As soon as he kicked out, Strong locked in the Boston Crab, which he called the Strong Lock, or Stronghold, or whatever. But he got to the ropes. While Mike Bennett was distracting Aubrey Edwards again, Matt Taven tried to interfere again, but Hangman beat both of them up. Hangman gave him the Deadeye and pinned him and won the match. Now it's the Continental Classic Tournament in the Blue League, and it's Andrade versus Brody King, and they both have 6 points each. Andrade did a moonsault out of the ring from the middle turnbuckle, and during commercial break, picture-in-picture, Andrade was leaning up against the barricade, and Brody gave him a crossbody. Andrade gave him a body slam and did the split-legged moonsault and pinned Brody King, but he kicked out. Brody gave him a big lariat and pinned Andrade, but he kicked out. Andrade gave Brody King with the back. Andrade got Brody King with the back elbow and was trying to go up to the top rope for the moonsault, but Brody beat him to the punch. Andrade gave Brody a DDT on the exposed part of the turnbuckle and did a hammerlock DDT and won the match with 9 points, and which also gave Brody his first loss, one-on-one loss since joining AEW. We now go backstage, and Renee is interviewing Kevin Von Erich and his sons, Marshall and Ross Von Erich, who are also wrestlers, and they've wrestled on MLW. And some kind of like dark matches probably too. Renee said, "How have you been since your time being here in AEW?" Kevin said, "I love the style, and I have so many friends here." Then Orange Cassidy and Danhausen and Trent came on the scene. Orange said, "I have a match on Rampage on Friday. Marshall and Ross, would you guys team up with me?" But Trent and Danhausen were like, "You're betraying us." But OC said, "Man, we're in Texas, man. You know, we're in Von Erich territory right now." And they said, "Okay." And Ross and Marshall said, "Yeah, we'll team with you." Now back to the ring, and the Golden Jets, Omega and Jericho, are talking in the ring. Jericho said, "I haven't been here in a little bit because Bill and Starks beat me up after Full Gear, and Bill beat up Omega last week after his match against Ethan Page. And they called them out, which they did come out." Starks said, "Can you really trust Jericho? I mean, look at what he's done. Betraying the Inner Circle, the JAS." Omega said, "I absolutely don't trust Jericho. But look at you, Bill, when you were with the firm. You guys weren't too firm. You were more soft." Got it? Soft? When he was with Enzo Amore. Omega said, "I usually get attacked once, probably every other week. So, you guys think you're so tough? Well, we've earned ourselves a tag title shot against you. So, against you two. So, at World's End is coming up on December 30th. And they challenged them for the titles." Starks said, "You're on, but just so you know, I've beaten you twice, Jericho, in January, so I've already done half the work. And we don't even have a name." Omega and Jericho said, we can fix that. How about the absolute assholes?" They cut out the curse word, but I think that's what Jericho said. "How about the Rick and the Dick?" And again, they cut it out, the curse word. Jericho said, "Where I'm standing, I see a better dressed version of Enzo Amore." Starks said, "You guys have already pissed me off, so we'll see you at World's End." Now back in the ring, competition, Soho and Rio. Soho versus Rio. and Tony Storm is on commentary with Mariah May, and no Saraya. Riho gave Soho a diving foot stomp. Riho gave her the 619 and crossbody and pinned her, but Soho kicked out. Soho gave her a Saito suplex and pinned Riho, but she kicked out. Riho gave her a crucifix bomb and pinned her, but Soho kicked out again. Soho gave her the no future and pinned her, but Riho kicked out. Surprisingly. Riho gave her a Meteora and pinned her and won. Now there's a segment about Wardlow. And he said, "Since I've returned, I've been preparing for war. I will be the one to bring the devil to his knees. And MJF, your world is coming to an end." Now it's another Continental Classic tournament, but it's the Blue League. Wait, hold on. But in the Gold League, I'm sorry. Yeah, in the Gold League, Rush versus Jay Lethal. Lethal is obviously already eliminated from the tournament, but if Rush doesn't win, he'll be eliminated as well. And Rush's quad is heavily bandaged. Rush gave him a big power slam and pinned Lethal, but he kicked out. Lethal gave him a lethal combination and was looking for the figure 4, but Rush rolled him for a cover, but he kicked out. Lethal was about to go for lethal injection, but Rush rolled him up for a cover. Wait, I already just said that, but Rush kicked out, yeah. Lethal was about to go for lethal injection, but yeah, I'm repeating the same thing. He gave him lethal injection, but he rolled him up with the cover. Jay was about to go for lethal injection again, but Rush countered it with his sleeper, and Jay Lethal tapped out, which means Rush now has 6 points in the tournament. Now it's another Continental Classic Tournament Gold League. Mark Briscoe versus Jay White. And Mark Briscoe is eliminated from the tournament too. But if he can beat Jay White, he would also be eliminated too. And this is his last chance. Mark Briscoe did the Froggy Bow elbow drop, but but Jay White rolled out of the ring, so he couldn't capitalize. Jay White would basically go over the top. No, Jay White would basically go. Jay White would basically have Mark Briscoe go over the top rope with like a suplex or something. And outside, to the outside, but Briscoe would land hard on his elbow. Jay White gave him a DDT and pinned him, but Briscoe kicked out. Jay White was on the outside the ring on the floor, and Mark Briscoe gave him an elbow drop from the apron and brought him into the ring and pinned him, but Jay White kicked out. Briscoe did some kind of razor's edge and pinned him, but Jay White kicked out. He tried to do the J Driller, but reversed it with 2 dragon screw takedowns. He got the Froggy Bow elbow drop again, but White got his knees up and gave him the Blade Runner and won the match and got 9 points in the tournament. Then there was a movie. Then there was a commercial of a movie called The Iron Claw, which is based on the lives of the Von Erichs, and it comes out December 22nd of this year. Now it's the main event, and it's the last match in the Gold League Continental Classic Tournament. Swerve Strickland versus Jon Moxley. Swerve gave Moxley a DDT from the second rope and spiked him on his head and pinned him, but Moxley kicked out. Moxley gave him a stalling pile driver and pinned him, but Swerve kicked out. Moxley drove Swerve into the steps, bad shoulder first. Moxley pinned. Moxley gave him like an RKO cutter and pinned him, but Swerve kicked out. He then gave him an S pile driver, which was more dangerous than the regular pile driver because you can't protect your head, and pinned him. But again, Swerve kicked out. Swerve gave him a flatliner and like a big knee or something and pinned Moxley, but he kicked out. Swerve was about to do the Swerve stomp off the top rope, but Moxley beat him to the punch and threw him out of the ring. He was going to get a count-out victory, but Swerve came back in the ring. He did the curb stomp and pinned Swerve, but surprisingly, Swerve kicked out. Moxley gave him the Guji Katami armbar, but Swerve got to the ropes. Now we're outside the ring, and he gave him a Swerve stomp off the apron, and we went back in the ring and gave him another Swerve stomp, but Moxley kicked out. Moxley did the roll up. It was a deep roll up, and Moxley had Swerve's belt for leverage. But Moxley won, which means he also won for the Gold League. Now, which means whoever wins the Blue League goes against Moxley at World's End for the Triple Crown Champion. The New Japan Pro Strong belt, the Ring of Honor World Heavyweight Champion belt, and the Continental Champion that hasn't even been. It hasn't even been revealed yet. It's still in the felt. So please like, comment, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and please join and follow my Facebook group, and I'll catch you guys in my next video. Peace.